All right. Hello again, AVID Juniors. Welcome back to week 2. I'm hoping that week 1 went decently well for you. I know it's different being in the online world and doing online assignments only, but you are all very smart and capable people, and I feel that you're able to handle it pretty good. Um, I'm trying to ease you in. Last week was just some basic stuff around time management and how to do questions and summary online, which for some of you is like, sweet, I get to finally go back to online notes. Some of you might be like, oh my gosh, I'm having PTSD from 10th grade year and I couldn't handle how to upload pictures and all this and that. Well, guess what? You didn't have to upload pictures, just 3 questions in a summary. It's a kick, right? All right, we're gonna jump into week 2. And there's a couple new changes this week, so I want to make sure that we go over those and everybody's clear on it. All right, so week 2 in our online notebook. Online week 2, this is going from the 27th to May. Hello, May. Keeps on coming. All right, I got 2 meetings here in purple and red. First, for you, just for you, in fact, you're the only class I'm doing this for, I'm having a very specific meeting at our normal school schedule time of 11 to 11:30 a.m. on Wednesday. I'm going to try and set this up for every Wednesday, but it will be this Wednesday for sure. If you, during that time, 11:30, if you have access to the online notebook, you would just click here where it says, hey, click here. If you don't have access to the online notebook, you want to write this down right there. That is the address for the meeting. And you should be able to put that in your browser up here at the top, and it'll take you directly to it. If for some reason you don't have access to a computer at all, just your phone, you can call in. There's a number right there, 1-419-751-2547. I believe once you call in, it's going to ask you for a PIN number, which is this one right here, and then hit the pound sign. I believe you'll be able to hear the meeting. I don't know how much you can participate. You might be able to talk or not. You might be able to ask questions. You might just be able to just sit and listen to other people talk. I'm not sure. I haven't done a phone meeting before. What is the junior meeting going to be about? I really just want to check in with all of you and see where you're at with AVID, but more specifically with college applications and how you're feeling about college applications because they are coming right around the corner. We're coming into May, which means you got May, you got June, you got July. You should start working on them in August, and you are turning them in September. So we're looking at 5 months here, folks. And so it's going to fly by, especially since you're doing a lot of this stuff at home now. So that's what that meeting is going to be about. If it goes past 11:30, that's okay with me. Is it mandatory? No, but it's good help if you want to check in and get some. Plus, it's lovely to see everybody's faces and say hi and how's it going and all that good stuff. So that's Wednesday at 11:30. Also, every day this week, I am having office hours from 2 to 3 p.m. Same situation. Click here to enter. There's the link. There's the phone number. This is going to be a whole slew of anybody from all my classes. This could be some juniors checking in to ask about junior-related questions. This could be biology students. This could be 9th grade AVID students. And it's going to be pretty much just first come, first serve. I'm going to just like I was sitting after school waiting for people to get help, people walk in the room, I help them with what they need. I go to the next person, help them with what they need. There will also be a UCSD tutor there every single day, or at least most of the days, to answer specifically for you questions about college applications. Why did they choose UCSD? How many colleges they applied to? Money, anything you want to ask about college. I've already prepped them to be ready to answer your questions. Because quite honestly, you're the group that I am the most wanting to see good things happen for. I really want to see that this coronavirus does not slow you down because we're finishing up this junior year, next year's senior year in college applications, and then you're out. And so freshmen, I'm not so much concerned with because they'll have time to get it all together. They got a couple more years here. You guys, the light at the end of the tunnel is approaching fast, and we want to make sure that you're ready for it when it comes. I don't want your senior year to be a roller coaster and a shock of all the stuff going on. So meeting on Wednesday and then meeting every day from 2 to 3, meeting on Wednesdays at 11. All right, let's get into the assignments. What are you learning this week? Okay, we're going to do two things around time management. We're going to do a reflection, and you're going to create a schedule from that reflection. Questions and summary once again. And we're going to get started on current applications. I got two things to do with you for college applications this week. This video is going to be put in right here, so they'll link out if you want to watch it again. All right, what needs to be turned in? So make sure you log into Jupiter Grades at least once, which is almost impossible to not do if you're turning in your work, right? You have to go through Jupiter. So make sure you're logging in Jupiter. The reflection, you're going to either type that up or write it on a piece of paper and take a picture of it. Same thing with the schedule. I can't imagine typing up the schedule, but you folks, some of you are very computer savvy. So if you want to make a digital schedule, or you want to do it on like a Google Calendar or some other calendars app and somehow copy and paste it into Jupiter there, that's fine. And remember, when I say into Jupiter, I mean into the actual assignment, not on a message to me, but actually into the assignment itself. Questions and summary, I put those here at the bottom. That's typical. And then there's two other things here. Now, note, I've got an article for you about how college applications have changed now, dealing with all this coronavirus business that's going on and making changes to the world. So we'll get to that in a second. The other one is going to be the UC application questions, which you already wrote a draft. I gave you a bunch of feedback and gave it back to you. You should be making a better version of that and turning that in, but it's not due this week. Notice the due date. It's due the following week. So you have 2 weeks to work on this. Don't wait until the end. 4 questions from the UC application with good answers, thoughtful answers, perfect answers, meaning no grammar mistakes, no spelling mistakes, complete sentences, all that good stuff we've been practicing the last 2.5 years. All right, so those are your assignments. If you don't know how to turn anything that you made on paper through a picture, that's how you do it right there. Okay, that's the link. So when I say into the assignment, this one shows you how to get it into the assignment. All right, first assignment, reflection. So you made a log last week. You should have wrote down, like, I worked on biology, not biology, sorry, I'm thinking 9th grade. You worked on like a human anatomy class here. You worked on your English class here. You worked on maybe your math class here. And you just made a log of when you worked on which classes and how long you worked on them. Okay, now we're going to use that log and we're going to reflect on it. That's a very AVID thing to do, reflect on things to learn from. Here is your prompts. You're going to make a paragraph. I'm probably looking at this as being half a page, roughly. Basic questions on a scale from 1 to 10, with 10 being the best. How would you rate your productivity last week and your ability to get things done? And then number 2, why did you give yourself that score? Explain in detail. Okay, so that's just you rating yourself last week. All right. Which times of the day did you feel that you were able to get more accomplished? Were you a morning person, a nighttime person, an afternoon person? You know, more on the weekends, more on, like, you know, Monday morning. Like, just try to be as specific as possible. When do you feel you are the most productive to work? Did you find that working in large blocks of time, which is like 3 hours or more, or did you like working better in small chunks of time, like maybe less than 2 hours? What I mean by that is, like, did you sit down and work for like 3 hours straight? And did you find that being helpful and effective? Or were you the kind of person, like, worked a little bit, took a break, worked a little bit, got something to eat, watched TV, worked a little bit? Like, were you that kind of person? And at this point as a junior, I would think you kind of know what works for you already anyway, but this is good for us to just kind of reflect now that it's a little bit different setting and see how things go. All right, are you the kind of person that spaced out your work over the week, or did you wait until the end to try and bust it all out real quick? So did you get a little done Monday, a little done Tuesday, maybe do one class each day, or do a little bit of each class each day? Or did you just say, man, I want to relax Monday through Thursday and I want to try and bust this all out on the weekend? Okay, again, I'm not judging you here. I just want you to be honest with yourself. Again, did you wait till the last minute? Did you do this like Sunday night, like trying to get something done real quick? Hopefully not Monday morning, but maybe. And then the last question is really what's going to lead us into our schedule, which is, what suggestions do you have for yourself for next week? So again, we learn from our mistakes. We say things like, yeah, I was trying to like wait until Friday and just do it all on the weekend, and I ran out of time and I didn't get it done. Or I was trying to do my work while watching TV and that was not happening and I didn't get as much done as I wanted to. Or maybe, you know, you're like, you know, I find that waking up and getting started by 8 o'clock, I can get more done between 8 and 10 than I do between like 3 and 5. So I'm just going to try and get it all done in the morning. It really is a matter of what works for you. I'm not here to judge you. Some people work great in the morning. I think Mr. Amaral, for those of you that know Mr. Amaral, he says he's a morning person. He likes to wake up like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning and get started. That's a little early for me. I like to do math in the morning, English in the afternoon. I like to think in the morning, but I don't like to do a lot. And I like to work in the afternoon, but I don't like to think a lot. It's kind of a weird combination, but everybody's different. So you're going to write all the answers on a paragraph, nice complete sentences, on a piece of paper, and take a picture, or you can type it up and submit it through Jupyter, your choice. All right, assignment number 2, schedule for the week. If you don't know how to make a schedule for the week, and you probably don't because this is the first time we've done it on a sheet of paper ourselves. Usually I give you a copy of a paper. Well, I'm not giving you that this time. You have to make it from scratch. So this link right here is to a YouTube video, shows you how to make a schedule. These are the steps on how to make the schedule, 1 through 5. For those of you that have been with me since freshman year, you've probably done this before, where we put in the events, and then we put in our school time, and then we put in like physical fitness time, then we put in all our relaxation and eating time at the end. And so you should get a decently full schedule. This should be something that really lays out, like, when are you going to work on all 6 classes? When are you going to eat? When are you going to relax? And hopefully this takes some of the stress off of you, because you can look at your schedule and say, oh, I don't need to worry about math right now. I'm going to hit that on Thursday. Or I don't need to worry about AVID right now. I'll hit that on Sunday. And that way you're not constantly feeling like, oh my God, because we teachers are just piling stuff on you Monday. Monday it's like, here's everything. And it's really a matter of you taking it and chopping it up into pieces and putting it all throughout the week for what works best for you. And so you're going to make that schedule on a piece of paper, take a picture of it, turn it in Jupyter. So reflection first, then schedule. All right. Applications, UC application questions. This should not be new to you. Unless you're an AVID tutor, which I'll get to in just a second. For those of you who've been in the 4th period class, you've already done a draft of this. The link to the UC application is here. Go in. You should already have that username and password created. Go in. If you don't have the questions already, go in. Go to the bottom where it says personal insight. And then the second tab, not the first one, the second tab is the 8 questions. You only need 4 of them. For those of you that are my tutors, this is Brian, Mauricio, D'Angelo, Angelica, Valerie. You guys have not done this assignment yet, so this will be your first try on this. So you got to go to this UC application here. You're going to need to register. It's going to ask you some information. It's going to ask you some more personal information, because you're going to actually go through the steps as if you are filling out a UC application. Why not? You get 4 of them for free. Okay, you don't have to pay for any fees on 4 of them. So might as well fill it out. Plus it gives you good opportunity to get ready for the Common App, which we will get to in about a couple weeks, and get ready for any other college applications that you might be filling out, or military applications or anything like that. So if you have not done this before, you need to register, hit apply now, and go through the steps. And then again, you want to find personal insight tab. It's at the bottom of the application. It's going to give you 8 questions. You don't need to answer all 8. You just pick the 4 that you like the best and answer them completely. Remember, and this is for everybody, it's about 250 to 350 words. So that's like about a half page typed up. Okay. So some of you wrote too little. You wrote like maybe like 50 to 100 words. And that's, if you don't take advantage of all these words, if you got nothing else to say about yourself, then that really says something about yourself. Okay. You should have a lot to talk about. You should be like, man, let me tell you about me. And I know that's hard, but you got to be like that. You got to have a lot to say. And so I would much rather have you write too much than not enough. This is due on May 11th. So you got 2 weeks on this. Okay, 2 weeks on this. You should get started this week, but it's not due this week. All right. And then the last thing, there's an article right here. If you click on it, show you guys where it takes you. This is something I came across myself, trying to teach myself what's going on. It says the coronavirus and college admissions. How is the fall 2021 admissions will be affected. That's you, your fall 2021. Okay, if you didn't realize that, yes, fall 2021, you are in college. So it goes through nicely and breaks down like what's happening with grades because of Corona. What's happening with the SAT? Good news, SAT not going to be required for most, if not all, colleges. So you don't have to take the SAT or ACT for your college applications. That's the good news. Here's the bad news. No SAT, then that makes all the other stuff that much more important. Your grades now become even more important. Your personal statement and your personal information, more important. Extracurricular, more important. And so now it's really going to be on you to show, like, I'm a smart person through my other stuff, because you're not going to have an SAT anymore. Talks about AP tests, if you haven't had any information about that. It talks about extracurricular activities, college visits, summer programs. You're not international students. And then a section on how do they think applications are going to be evaluated? What kind of things are going to be the big deals? They even have a rubric right here that you might want to click on. And then they give you a bunch of tips, okay? Tips for college applications. And there's a video here if you want to watch her as well, okay? A lot of good information on the article. What do I want you to do? Obviously, I want you to read the article, duh. I want you to take notes, but here's what I want you to take notes on. I want you to answer these questions off of that article. What's happening in grades? What's going on with the SAT? What does test optional mean? How is it going to work with AP classes and tests? How will the coronavirus affect extracurricular activities? What about college visits and summer programs? What's happening because that stuff's been canceled now? What should you do about that? And then how are they going to be evaluated? How are you going to be evaluated for college given all this coronavirus situation? And then the tips. I want you to come up with the tips that it gives you. I don't know how many of the tips are going to personally apply to you, but you should read all of them and see what kind of tips they have. And that will help you get set for this coming fall when you submit applications. Once you've written all that down, take a picture of it and turn it into the Jupyter assignment. If you want to type all that stuff up, that's fine. Then submit the file to the Jupyter assignment. So you got basically 4 things. Oh, and question summary. Don't let me forget about that. But come on, you already knew that was happening. That's an AVID thing. All right, so what do we got? Go back here. 1, reflection. That'll take you like 15 minutes. 2, make it a schedule. That's going to take you a little bit of time. I'm probably looking at about, to really think it through, maybe 20 to 30 minutes. 3, working on your application. Again, not due this week, but you should get started. You should spend at least an hour or so on that. Article and notes, that's going to take you some time. I would probably spend about 30 to 45 minutes on that at least. And then questions and summary. Again, I would wait till the end of the week to get those done. You should be able to bust that out. With your expertise level, you guys are pretty smart. I would say you'd be able to bust that out in 40 minutes tops. I think you can do it even faster. 3 questions summary, no notes, no slows, just 3 questions summary per class. You got this. And don't forget the questions and summary are over here on the left-hand side underneath your names. Okay, I'm not gonna click on anybody and put anybody on blast here, but you should have them already done for week 1, so week 2 should just be a matter of filling them in. All right, that is your week. Don't forget, Wednesday at 11 o'clock, we're gonna have a video conference. And every day, if you need help from 2 to 3, log on to that video conference and talk to me or a tutor. Even if you just log on, I got some questions. Go for it. That's what we're here for. Good luck this week. I'm hoping that this week will be a lot smoother for you. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me, whether it's office hours or not, text, Jupyter message, email, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. All right. Have a great week, everybody.